That's 20% almost in trade right now. Well, for the focus on Cholamandalam as well, buzzing in trade today, has reported a jump of 27% in Q2 profit. Asset quality has been quite stable. Rohit Phadke from Cholamandalam Investment and Finance joins me on the phone line. Rohit, thank you so much for joining us. It's been a quarter of strong collections. Take us through how the recovery process has been. Has that improved significantly in the quarter gone by, adding to these numbers?
Good morning, Anu. This is the quarter gone by has been very strong on collections, and if you look at our GNP, it has been very stable at 3.3% for the same period last quarter. And we have also gone forward and adopted the 120-day provisioning, which is 18 months in advance from the RBI's diktat. So GNP is looking very stable. Collections also improving. We hope that this trend continues because the rainfall has also been pretty good.
Well, that's looking all around good. Hiral, stocks up 1.5%. These numbers are definitely looking like the market's giving them a thumbs up.
That's right, Anu. In terms of the numbers have been strong. If you see their disbursements also, Anu, they've seen a growth rate of almost 21% on a year-on-year basis. So, Mr. Rohit, one thing I would want to notice that the vehicle finance business, if you see the disbursements there, that is up close to around 27%. And in terms of our NBFCs are concerned, they are facing like fair amount of competition, whereas your LCV as well as old CV is the competitive strength. So, how is this portfolio looking like in this quarter, and what are your expectations going ahead as well?
See, what has happened in the vehicle finance market is there's definitely a growth in the large heavy sector, the heavy commercial vehicles. There are a lot of fleet operators who wish to replace the existing fleets, and that has given growth in this sector. We have capitalized on this growth, and our growth has also come primarily from the heavy commercial vehicles as well as the used sector. The LCVs, if you look at it specifically, has not grown, and hence our market share is stable. Disbursements have not grown that much in the LCV sector, but basic growth has come from the used sector as well as the heavy commercial vehicle sector.
Mr. Phadke, Cholamandalam Investment has moved to the change in regulation in NPA far ahead of the regulatory requirement, almost 6 months before, 6 quarters ahead of the requirement. You've now migrated to the 120 days of the DPD NPL norms as well, sir. How does that change your numbers? Will the faster migration now from 220 days make earnings slightly more volatile? So should shareholders take note of that, sir?
Actually, if you look at our GNPA, at a 5-month provisioning, we are at 3.3, which is stable, which does mean that our collections are improving. And that is the reason why we thought that we should move to the 4-month provisioning. At 4-month also, our GNPA is only 4.4%, which is much better than the industry. There is no volatility internally. We have geared up our collections to ensure that the focus moves to the early buckets, the early DPD. And going forward too, we would be able to sustain the kind of collection growth that we are seeing.
Mr. Rohit, we know that the subsidiary company, which is Cholamandalam Distribution Services, has been granted a principal approval for the payment banking license. So if you could just give us an update on the same as well, by when do you plan to start operations on the same?
See, RBI has given a time frame, and we have firmed up our plans, and we are in the process of forming, ensuring that we meet our deadlines as per the RBI time frame which is given to us. So as of now, I will not be able to say anything because all our plans are there, execution is on, but I can assure you that we will not miss the RBI deadlines.
Okay. Home equity, sir, that disbursement, there are a bit of concerns for the industry as a whole on home equity disbursements, though the vehicle segment is doing quite well for Cholamandalam and something that the market is rewarding as well. On the home equity front, how are disbursements looking and what would your outlook be like?
See, on the home equity front, if you look at our asset growth, it is about 26%. And our disbursement growth is 7%. And the disbursement growth at 7% is perpetually kept low for the simple reason that we need to be cautious on disbursements. There's been a lot of new players in the industry who've been doing some aggressive lending. We do not wish to play either the LTV game or the risk game. Hence, we've been cautious on these disbursements. Our disbursements are at 7%.
All right. Mr. Phadke, congratulations on a good set of numbers. Shareholders rewarding it. Cholamandalam, they're speaking to us right now. They've moved, and I think shareholders will reward that. They've moved to the stricter norms on NPL reporting for NBFCs much ahead of the regulatory requirement, signaling their confidence in asset quality, which is something which is of great comfort to the market right now. Meanwhile, markets are at its lowest point as we speak. The Nifty is far below the 8300 mark now, 8275 coming on the Nifty, the CNX Midcap as well.